Winning is so delicious. Yes. All right, happy Tuesday, America. Let's update you on the raid on Mar-a-Lago. We got never-before-seen footage. Roll it. So like Paul Pelosi driving down a two-way street, it's pretty obvious that Merrick Garland crossed the line. And now the media realizes their whole narrative is falling apart like a pot roast in a hot tub. Whatever happened to the story about the nukes? Yeah, apparently Trump stole valuable nuclear secrets that he was planning to sell to someone. I don't know about you, but this seems like a strange career transition for a real estate tycoon. Should I build a new luxury condominium development in Midtown or sell nuclear secrets to Putin? It's a tough call. On one hand, you can make a lot of money legally. On the other, you could be executed for treason. Of course, the media always picks the most absurd crap to peddle about Trump. So what does the media, who invested so much in this psychosis, do now? They say if you dare criticize the raid, you'll be inciting violence against the FBI, who were busy doing the Lord's work of sniffing Melania's shoes. I chose the word shoes. And true, there were notable incitements to violence. There were. Remember Michael Beschloss tweeted a photo of the Rosenbergs who were executed for selling nuclear secrets to Moscow? It was a tweet that then General Michael Hayden concurred with by adding, sounds about right. That's two major voices not calling out the FBI, but suggesting the execution of Trump. But the media ignores that incitement, preferring to call out random nut jobs posting threats on message boards. But I get it. You should see the stuff I post on the My Little Pony forums. But if you ever mess with Twilight Sparkle, I'll kill you. But let's saunter over to CNN, where Wolf Blitzer, the ugliest of Santa's reindeer, interviewed Adam Kinzinger, whose last name is German for I cry during tampon commercials. And Wolf asked the most leading question you could possibly ask. And no, it wasn't, will you marry me? Roll it, Sven.
You've seen this joint FBI Department of Homeland Security bulletin. It's now warning of what they call unprecedented violent threats in the wake of the search of Mar-a-Lago. Do you hold the former President Donald Trump responsible for inciting his supporters?
Yeah, absolutely, 100% Wolf. Any Republican elected official out there that rushes to be the first on television or the first to Twitter to basically condemn the FBI, this stokes that. It's really dangerous, and I fear it could get worse.
It could get worse, he fears, or hopes. But this is not journalism. This is emotional propaganda in which the host indulges the damaged psyche of his guests. It's more manipulative than Fox running pizza commercials during my hangover. So if you condemn the raid, you're stoking violence, as opposed to Beschloss and Hayden actually suggesting Trump is eligible for execution. But who knows more about stoking violence than CNN, who've been denigrating cops every chance they get for the last 10 years? Yet it's Trump's fault for inciting violence because he had somehow invited the raid, which could be the dumbest thing you ever heard that didn't come out of Don Lemon's mouth. Even a clod like Adam knows it was the raid that pissed people off. There was no incitement necessary, but he's lost in the rabbit hole of anti-Trump mania. Then when Trump tries to reduce the heat, like a soothing cream applied to Hunter's latest rash. I don't know if that was necessary. Listen to Wolf's question and then the answer from Kinzinger.
Does it strike you as odd that the man who actually set the fire apparently tried to ask the Attorney General to put it out?
Yeah, I mean, it's a creepy message, to be honest with you, just like, frankly, Donald Trump and his supporters have become quite creepy in how they're acting and what they're threatening.
Yeah. You know, when Adam calls someone creepy, it feels like projection. Because absolutely, there's nothing creepy about a grown man who cries more than a teething, colicky baby with diaper rash. But you start to see it's not Trump who's painting targets on people, but people like Kinzinger who've been a wreck since Trump hit the political scene. Amber Heard hasn't cried as much since she met Johnny Depp. It gets worse. Gets worse. When Wolf asks about Liz Cheney, the vice chair of the Jan 6 committee, possibly losing the GOP primary, he said this.
I think it shows that the party's in a bad place. Look, we are standing up against evil. Liz Cheney is standing up against evil. And I say this, you know, I put out this message the other day, which is a lot of people sit around and they dream about the day they get to do it. And very few people ever get that chance to really stand up against evil.
Yeah, they're fighting evil. What evil is that exactly? Is it terrorists? Is it pedophiles? Is it field goal kickers? No, it's you. If you support Trump, you're evil. If you don't trust the government, you're evil. If you don't trust the media, you're evil. If you think that the FBI or the DOJ has folks in top positions who make political decisions instead of principled ones, you're evil. Meanwhile, if you're a BLM rioter, a killer released without bail, a pervert teacher, or the Chinese government, nothing to see here, folks. So who's painting targets on people's backs? It's Adam. He's Sherwin Williams. Remember, in order to incite violence against people, you have to dehumanize them. It's an old tactic that Charles Krauthammer stated decades ago. The right thinks the left is wrong, but the left thinks the right is evil. What's funny is normally to the left, Liz Cheney would be the evilest of evil. But how quickly the left forget the dead. Now, Adam isn't a lefty, but he's enjoying this strange new respect given from the left. He's like a married man getting hit on by an attractive stranger, except the attractive stranger is named Wolf and has breath that reeks of polygrip. The libs get it, steering the emotionally damaged Adam toward conclusions no objective Republican would ever agree to. They've exploited his anti-Trump mania to their advantage. Because everywhere he goes, which is basically cable news and Twitter, all this asshat sees are red hats. He has long Trump derangement, and there's no vaccine. But it's given him and Cheney both a victim and hero complex. They're heroes for fighting evil and victims when people call out their BS. And with that, they forget the millions of people who actually liked what Trump did as president. They just aren't as emotionally tied to Trump's personality as these brats are. So will Liz win or lose? She pleaded for Dems to switch parties to help her, and she got a late endorsement from Freddy Krueger. Plus, she still has some pretty big fans.
Liz Cheney stands up for the truth, and that's got her a lot of heat. She may lose her position in the party. She may even lose her career as a politician. But that is something to be admired, standing up for the truth. Right now, I'm kind of a fan of Liz Cheney.
Yes. OJ claims he's a fan. And it makes sense. They do have something in common. Although OJ stabs people in the front.